Hello today and welcome back. So glad that you've all tuned in, and I'm happy to be back here after a short while away. And I'm here with some cool news from Invictus Games Düsseldorf's social media. That's a mouthful. So let's get straight into this post. And they took to their social media and posted and said this: to celebrate the 1-year mark up to Invictus Games, there was something very special. Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, were visiting Düsseldorf and insisted on inaugurating a special train from the Rheinbahn. So there you can see the images, and there is the Duke and Duchess of Sussex. They are positively beaming, and they also took to their Instagram and posted a few more behind the scenes images. You can see there the Duke of Sussex right in the train itself. And they also added this. They said, to celebrate the 1-year mark until the Invictus Games, we did something very special. Prince Harry and Meghan, the Duke and Duchess of Sussex, visited Düsseldorf and did not miss the opportunity to inaugurate the special train of Düsseldorf's public transportation company, Rheinbahn. And they went on to add Rheinbahn staff and staff from the event partners, D Sports and Bundeswehr, welcome the Duke and Duchess on the maiden voyage. The background of this great corporation: the Rheinbahn will support the Invictus Games Düsseldorf 2023 as a mobility partner and bring spectators, competitors, and volunteers and family and friends to their destination in a sustainable and carbon neutral way. And then they say this: have you already discovered our special train in Düsseldorf? So there you can see it, Prince Harry. He is elated to be right there at the front of the train at the driver's compartment, which I think is called a cab. Don't call it a cockpit. But, he's right there. He looks so happy. And as I said before, just he and Meghan were just so happy at this welcome. And you can see that Germany is ready for this event. It's going to be just a very special moment in the calendar as well, because, on so many levels, it does great things for all involved, not only event organizers, but this is really a great show of support for these wounded servicemen and women and their families. And as Prince Harry has said time and time again, they deserve this spotlight. And, it is quite noteworthy as we look back on the Duke and Duchess's visit to Germany earlier this year. A lot of people talked about how the red carpet, so to speak, was rolled out for them. And in many ways, it did seem like a royal tour. And it's wonderful. It's good to see that relationship with Invictus Games and Germany is just alive and well. And of course, it does speak to the amount of love and respect that the Duke and Duchess of Sussex have in so many nations. And, we did see it firsthand in that fantastic reception that they had in Düsseldorf. The crowds came out to see them. There was just a lot of fanfare. The press was there as well. And you could tell that they were just happy to see them and happy to cover the whole event. So I'm so excited for this Invictus Games in Germany. I think it's going to be one for the books. And speaking of books, that's a great segue right here, as we once again turn our attention to the fact that Prince Harry's book, titled Spare, that has been billed as a, quote, landmark publication written with raw and flinching honesty by the publisher Penguin Random House. It is still doing quite well on the sales and pre-sales on Amazon and on sales as well. I saw a couple of stories this morning that have been so encouraging on that front as well. As we know, it's going to be published on January the 10th, and the publisher also announced that it will come out in a whopping 15 languages. So Prince Harry's long-awaited memoir, as we know, will hit the shelves on January the 10th next year. So it's going to be a huge year for Prince Harry on top of the Invictus Games that is up ahead. And this was a story that caught my attention, courtesy of cheatsheet.com. That is an entertainment website that talked about the book. They wrote and said this, that the subject of many conversations among royal experts and watchers alike about the book have termed it as, quote, critic proof. And they say that it doesn't matter if the book receives less than glowing reviews. And they also talked about the timing of the book's release being, quote, almost irrelevant. Let me get into that. They wrote and said this. So why do they say that the date is, quote, almost irrelevant, the release date that is? They wrote and said this: yes, the Duke of Sussex's book will be released globally nearly 3 years to the day he and Meghan announced their decision to step back. However, it's been suggested that the date, no matter its significance, is practically immaterial. The founder and CEO of the memoir writing service, Story Terrace, told Newsweek this, quote, Prince Harry's memoir is such a highly anticipated release that it almost becomes irrelevant when he releases it. And this is courtesy of Rutger Bruining. I think that's how the name is pronounced. Bruining also noted that the book Spare would likely perform, quote, marginally better were it to hit shelves closer to the holiday season. But due to the secrecy and hype, every new update on it generates sensationalist headlines as well, which keeps the discourse about the book fresh at any point, he explained. So they also added this, that negative reviews aren't likely to stop Prince Harry's book from selling. Once again, they've labeled this book critic-proof. And they expounded by saying this, that negative reviews from critics won't do much to impact sales for Spare. Bruining said this, quote, given Harry's stature, his book is almost impervious to release timings and the market considerations that impact most authors. Even though the book is panned by critics, the public's fascination with Prince Harry and the royal family is strong enough to make the book pretty much critic-proof from a sales perspective, he went on to say. Once again, it comes back to the anticipation of Prince Harry's memoir, and he said this, the quote, the anticipation behind it means that it will perform well no matter when it's released. Additionally, Spare's January release date means less competition from similar titles. The reason being that most publishers focus on New Year's, New You, self-help related titles. Furthermore, Prince Harry won't be competing with Michelle Obama, whose book, The Light Inside, debuts on November the 15th via Penguin Random House. So there we have it. That was a very interesting story to me. So once again, fascinating to me to know that Spare has been labeled critic-proof, and they say that it will do well no matter the release date. Of course, a lot of experts, especially in terms of talking about book sales, have pointed out that it would have been more strategic for the Duke of Sussex to release his book in time for the holidays, where it would, be gifted to people. But at this point, it doesn't even matter, because whether it's released in January or Feb, it doesn't really matter, as he has pointed out, because a lot of people are just interested in him. As we've heard from the CEO of the memoir writing service, he pointed it out. He said that, the hype alone, and of course, every update on this book, it just keeps on generating more interest for the book itself. So 2023 is going to be a huge year, as I've said before, for the Duke of Sussex. A lot more is in store, but now we have 2 huge events to look forward to. The launch of his memoir, where, as they have said, Prince Harry will finally get to tell us his story at last with raw, unflinching honesty. And we will get a chance to get full insights, revelations, and we will be able to go through the formative years of Prince Harry in his own words as well. The audiobook, I think, which as well is going to do huge in sales as well. So that was also a good story. So a lot of anticipation from booksellers as well. A lot of the publishing houses are looking for ways to get more buyers as the time comes, and they know it will be easy. So also be on the lookout for deals as the book date gets closer and closer. And of course, we will get to hear the snippets. It's really going to be good to get to see the snippets that come out in the newspapers. So this is going to be fantastic for Prince Harry. For him, this is, as I said before, his story at last. So these were a couple of stories I wanted to share with you. Now share your thoughts with me in the comment section below. Before we log off, as always, a special thank you to those who support this channel financially. I want to say thank you. And from the bottom of my heart, I want to say that I appreciate you, and I am so grateful to God for you. And a special shout out right now to a couple of you who support this channel here on YouTube, as well as those who support this channel through Patreon and PayPal. I would like to say thank you. Some shout outs right now to you. Thank you to you, Verbena New Year. Thank you so much for your support for this channel. I appreciate you. Thank you to you, Joyce. I want to say thank you. Thank you so much for your support. I appreciate you. Thank you to Ray Raquel as well. Thank you so much for your love and support. And thank you for your comments. I appreciate you. And a special thank you right now to you, Kathy Aye. Thank you so much for giving to this channel. I want to say God bless you. And a special thank you once again to you, Connie Balmer. Thank you so much for your support as well as giving during the lives. Thank you for your super stickers as well. God bless you. And once again, thank you to those who gave during the last live. I want to say a special thank you to Bonnie, who goes by the handle B10Pow. Thank you so much for your super sticker. It was a cool one too. And for joining in the chat, in the live, for supporting this channel in so many ways, as well as being a Patreon supporter for this channel. Thank you so much for that, Bonnie. And a heartfelt thank you right now to Angel Watt, who also chose to give through PayPal. Thank you so much for being such an encouragement to my channel. God bless you for that generous gift. And thank you from the bottom of my heart. Once again, thank you to all who support this channel financially. It does mean so much to know that you have given this channel and my work such a tremendous boost. Thank you for coming along with me on this journey. And thank you to those who like, comment, and share. Leave your hype for Prince Harry's book, Super, and share your thoughts on the update that Prince Harry's book has been labeled, quote, critic-proof and is guaranteed to do well no matter when it's released. And also share your hype for the Invictus Games Düsseldorf, as well as the behind-the-scenes images that we've seen from the Duke and Duchess of Sussex's visit earlier this year. I want to know all your thoughts in the comment section below. Thank you all for watching, and I love you all, and I will catch you in the next one. Have a blessed one.